see, I got my blue on or whatever. Guess what today is? We're talking about the throat chakra. Yeah, no, seriously. We're talking about the throat chakra today. So this is chakra number 5. And it's so important because the throat chakra is connected to our words and being able to speak on certain things. And I always thought, what's that phrase? Swallowing your words. That phrase of swallowing your words is so important because it's not just something we make light of, like, oh, you swallowed your words. Now, granted, we got to filter our words. But when we swallow our words, that energy that I was supposed to speak on, that I was supposed to say, I'm now putting back into me, right? I'm putting that energy back into me. The throat chakra is in the center of the neck, and it's our, like I said, the ability to speak and receive truth. The crown, the third eye, and the throat chakra are all considered spiritual chakras. So they're all in connection to our spirit, right? So if our spirit is in alignment, we're able to receive information, trust our intuition about that information, and speak on it, right? So it's kind of like a direct line. So the throat chakra is all about communication of our thoughts and emotions. Y'all know I got my notes down here. It's all about our thoughts and emotions, being able to speak and share truth. There's also a level of vulnerability that comes with the throat chakra, being able to speak on things that are hard, which is funny that I'm doing this because I'm in this space where I have to address certain things that are difficult, right? That make me feel vulnerable, that make me feel really open, and having to expose that with the words that I say, right? That's why our words have so much power, because I have the ability to speak life over myself, right? Or I have the ability to speak negative things over myself as well. Personal integrity is connected to our throat chakra as well, right? So the words that I say hold weight. The words that I say, people remember, and they'll remember probably longer than I will, right? That's why it'd be so funny when you see like people bringing up tweets or bringing up videos or bringing up things. People done probably changed and transformed, but you can go back and see the words that you said, the things that you said that may have harmed somebody or were disrespectful or was your perspective that you no longer have as your perspective, but those words still hold weight, right? Not that people should be held to those type of standards, but because we all change and grow. It's just important that we be, now as we are growing in our awareness, that we're aware of the energy in the words that we're saying to people, right? Because they'll live longer than we will, unfortunately. So some of the ways that the chakra can be out of balance is, spiritually speaking, you can have a fear of judgment, right? Or wanting approval from others. So that's like not really saying things that truly align with you, right? Because I don't want to say anything that's going to make somebody upset. I don't want to say anything that is going to hurt somebody's feelings. I don't want to say anything that is going to make somebody feel sad. Now, granted, like I said, filter your words. Filter what you got to say. Everything don't got to come out disrespectful. You can be mindful of what you're saying. However, what I speak around my truth should not be based off of what other people are going to feel or perceive. If my truth hurts you, that's something that you have to process and identify why that hurts you or why that bothers you, right? But I can't stop my truth from being true just because you don't like it. And when I do that, that's like in the essence of swallowing my words. I'm putting that energy back in there, right? I'm repressing my own words back into my body. And you can only imagine what that can do to you. And this is not everybody, but sometimes it can show up with us being shy, right? Whether that's because we're scared to speak up, or we're nervous about speaking up, or we may have social anxiety around speaking up, or insecurity, right? What if I don't say the right thing? Or what if people think that I'm not smart? Or what if people think that I'm not intelligent? Or what if I say something and everybody laughs, right? That um, that can make us want to not speak at all, right? And so I encourage you, and we'll talk about the imbalances, but I encourage you to speak, because the only way that you're going to actually be able to support people and help people and live in your true purpose is to speak, right? Keeping all your information inside, you're never going to be able to grow, right? I'm here, I'm on YouTube, I'm doing these videos. I've been a therapist for over 3 years, and I've been in the mental health field for over 6 years. If it wasn't for me actually doing this, I'm not going to get better at the skills of speaking. I want to be a speaker. I want to be a person who, and I am a person who does this for a living. I have to speak. You're not going to know, I'm not going to be able to get better. I'm not going to be able to grow if I don't speak first, right? So whoever this is for, speak. You have to talk. You have to utilize your voice, because that's the only thing that's going to move you from where you're at to where you want to be. Also, other imbalances could be gossiping. You be gossiping, girl? Now, we ain't got it. Look, this is a safe space. If you be gossiping, call a spade a spade. You know what I'm saying? We've all done it. Understand this. When you speak negative things around or over people, your energy is reciprocated. Those words are coming right back to you. And sometimes it's easier to focus on other people than yourself. If you catch yourself gossiping, this is the thing that I would tell you, because we don't grow by judging ourselves, right? If you find yourself gossiping, right? Because it'd be easy for me to be like, just stop gossiping. If you find yourself gossiping, ask yourself, what is that? Why am I doing that? Am I really upset? Like, am I needing to vent about this? And understand, this is the difference between venting and gossiping. Gossiping is when we are tearing a person down. It has nothing to do with us. We don't even need to bring it up, but we're bringing it up, right? And when that is happening, ask yourself, why is that? Am I really angry at something that's going on in my life? Is anything I'm projecting? Has somebody done this in my personal life, and so that's making me upset, right? Or it's re-triggering me? Ask yourself and be honest with yourself about what's really going on. Why am I tearing this person to shreds and I don't even know them for real? Or I do know them, and it's making me feel better about my situation, right? Be honest with yourself, right? So that way you can catch it and you can decrease it. Now, if you're venting about something that happened to you and it's your story, that's not gossiping. Now, you don't need to talk about the girl, mama, or, talk about they upbringing or so on and so forth. You don't got to do all of that. But you do need to be honest about your story. You can speak on your story. That does not mean slander the person in the process, right? And so we got to be mindful about that when we think of gossip. Speaking without thinking can also be when we're out of balance. So like impulsive thinking, not being able to truly process information or even be present enough to process information. If you are an aggressive communicator, you're out of balance, right? Because a lot of times when we feel like we got to be aggressive to get our points across, we truly don't feel safe in that connection. We don't feel safe in our bodies. We probably have situations that are triggering us, and we feel like this is the only way I can get my point across. Because remember, aggression is a fight or flight symptom, which is a traumatic reaction, traumatic response to what is happening. So if I gotta get aggressive, if I gotta get out my body in a situation, that means it's not a safe situation. If there are times that you have to get out your body or you become aggressive, make sure it matches the situation. If you're getting out your body because little Timmy only had 4 apples and you're trying to explain to your child that he really had 2, and you getting upset and you getting aggressive with your child over little Timmy, that's more of a projection of you than it is of the situation, because that aggression is not needed. Now you're in your traumatic response, right? Because nobody's truly a threat to you but you're perceiving this as a threat, or at least your body is. The last one, in terms of spiritually speaking, your need to be right. If you always have to be right and you can never be wrong, you can never be wrong, you can never get it wrong, say anything wrong, do anything wrong, people give you criticism and you can't take it, you're out of balance. Because in our throat chakra is to give and receive. So that means to be able to speak on truth, or be able to receive truth. Can I receive constructive criticism from the people that I love? Can I receive support from the people that I love? Can people tell me about myself in a respectful way that I can be able to receive, and not see it as a situation where, oh, they hating on me, they don't really like me, they don't really care about me. Somebody has to be able to tell you about yourself, and be thankful for the people who are willing to do it, because that means they truly care about you if they're willing to tell you that you're wrong. And also be able to care enough about yourself to say, I'm wrong, and that's okay. Now I have the steps to change that. You feel me? The reason why these things are so important is if we don't deal with the emotional, there unfortunately is a good chance that they're going to show up physically. And I've seen it in my own life, and I've seen it in other people's lives, that when we hold this energy in our bodies for so long, it has the ability to essentially become like rotten, right? That energy can become distorted, it can become suppressed, and it can turn into physical things. And that's why this is so important that you understand this. Because when we are physically out of balance in our throat chakra, we can have thyroids, issues with thyroids, ulcers, laryngitis, sore throats. It's funny, anytime I get a sore throat, because I mean, you still a human being, even though you're doing chakra work. But when I get a sore throat, I'm addressing the sore throat, and what was I supposed to say that I ain't say? What was I supposed to receive that I ain't receive? You can have issues with your teeth. You can have issues with your gums. You can have issues with upper respiratory issues. Tension also in your neck, shoulders, and jaw. You know, it's so funny too that I'm doing this, because my shoulders and my neck for the longest time been killing me. And I was just thinking to myself, this is one of the first days in a long time that my neck has not been hurting. And look what I'm doing. Look what I'm doing, right? I'm getting in alignment. This is a process. We have to make steps towards this, right? Because it does, all that energy is sitting in these pockets of our bodies, waiting for us to address them and release them, right? Now, it doesn't mean that we're going to dismiss everything that comes with the physical part of it, but we definitely can decrease it. The way that we can balance the chakra out is through positive self-talk, healthy internal dialogue, being able to speak to myself, speak affirmations over myself, right? And the affirmation is literally, I speak life into myself. Looking yourself in the mirror and saying, I love you, I value you, you're important to me. And even if that feels uncomfortable, you don't gotta do it in the mirror, just say it out loud. Resonate with yourself. Come in with yourself and be like, I really love myself. I really appreciate myself. And I see myself for who I am. And because I'm so important to myself, I'm going to value the voice that I'm given. I'm going to speak on the things that is going to help me be my most authentic self. I matter that much to myself that I speak up for myself in every situation. In every situation. The element for this chakra is space. We want to create space to speak up for ourselves. And so that space could look different. The space could be space like, I take my space so that way I can come in tune with my thoughts and learn how to speak up for myself, or create space in my environment to speak my mind, to speak up for myself. So let's say if you really struggle to speak up for yourself, one of the things I would say, in your own time, in your time alone, it's funny, shouting into a pillow is really helpful. Going somewhere safely and just scream it out, right? There's so much energy in there. Scream it out. Let it out. Put your face in the pillow. Sing in the car. Sing in the shower. Allow yourself to just use your voice to its full capacity, because there's so much energy and so much repression that needs to come up and out. And the only way that that can come up and out is if you give yourself space to speak. Or there are some essential oils that are helpful. So peppermint and basil. And then foods, which is funny because the foods that they are saying are helpful are like herbal teas, raw honey, and lemon. Isn't that all the stuff that we would use for a sore throat? This is the same thing we're going to use to clear our throat chakra, so we can really be able to speak what it is that is in our hearts, on our minds, in our bodies, that is going to make us tap in with our true authentic self. Anywho, I hope you liked this video. I hope it was helpful. I hope it brought some insight. The next chakra we'll be doing is the heart chakra. So I'm being something green, because period. Tell a friend and tell a friend. It's Tella. And I'm going to see y'all next time.